Alright, what's up? I am at the Propylaeum in Indianapolis, Indiana. And this building was the headquarters of the Indianapolis Women's Association that advocated for women's rights and suffrage throughout the 20th century. I wanted to come in here for a long time. They kind of do like a tea house thing, but they're doing like a special Easter thing today. And they actually have some rooms preserved, and it's a really cool historic house. So yeah, let's go check this out. Okay, so here's the historical marker. The Propylaeum was founded in 1892 by May Wright Sewell, a local women's rights advocate. She's pretty important to the whole suffrage movement. But then they moved into this building right here, this amazing mansion on the Old North Side in 1922. So the word Propylaeum is Greek for gateway. So the building's on the National Register of Historic Places. It has this really cool rounded porch. This is the side of the building. You can see they have the old, probably it was built for a carriage port, but cars can go through there too. This is the massive carriage house behind the Propylaeum. Oh wow, I didn't know this. This carriage house was actually the first home of the Indianapolis Children's Museum. Wow, that's really interesting. So that is where the original Children's Museum was in. They have amazing ceilings in here. That is Rookwood pottery and some flamingos. This is amazing. This is an original T.C. Steele portrait of May Wright Sewell, the women's rights advocate who was the founder and first president of Propylaeum. So this is the staircase up to the second floor. And here's the buffet line. Alright, so now I'm upstairs on the second floor, and they actually have the second and third floors preserved. So the mansion was actually originally built in 1888 by John Schmidt, who was a Richard beer mogul. And then this house was also lived in by George McCullough, who started the Indianapolis Star newspaper. And then in 1922, the Propylaeum bought the house. This is kind of a weird bust of Blanche Stilson, who is an artist here in Indianapolis. This tray was presented to May Wright Sewell in 1899 by the Indianapolis Council of Women, and they have some other things here. So I guess this is what this room actually looked like. Here's some little books on the history of the place. There's some bottles, I don't know what those are. I think that's what the original one looked like. They moved into this building during the 1920s when a lot of stuff downtown was raised for the Memorial Plaza. This is cool. This American flag flew over the Propylaeum on 9/11, and this flag has also flown over the U.S. Capitol. This is a cool painting by an artist named Francis Lee Lowe. Looks like T.C. Steele's work. And this is a genuine autograph of May Wright Sewell. They don't really have that much information on the functions of these rooms. So there's a lot of bedrooms, and this is the nicest one, so I'm assuming May Wright Sewell actually might have lived in here at some point, that this was her room. This is a bathroom. This room may have been a sitting room where they would meet. This is a 1980 poster showing the progress of women's suffrage. Wyoming was the first state to grant the vote to women in 1869. Then it expanded. Most of the western states did it first. That's interesting. That's an Indiana women's suffrage protest. Here's some protesters in Auburn, Indiana in 1910. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be, but it is in French, Le Boudoir. That means a woman's private bedroom, which that appears to be. I wonder if that's Marie Antoinette. Yeah, so there's a bunch of bedrooms in here. So I don't know if like women could just stay here or something. They're all beautifully preserved. This grandfather clock is amazing. I always think these are so cool. It's green though. I've never seen that. It's also missing its what do you call those? I don't know. Here's another old bathroom. Here's another very fancy bedroom. That's a cool table. Alright, so here is another bathroom. This looks slightly modernized though. It's definitely modernized. But anyways, it's probably an original makeup place where girls do makeup. I don't know, I don't relate. And here's a chamber pot. This place has a lot of bathrooms. And another bedroom. I like those styles of sofas. This is the powder room. It's another bathroom. I guess you could choose which method you'd like to use, because they also have a chamber pot here. Alright, I'm gonna head up to the third floor. So up here they have even more bedrooms. The beds are all very small because people were just a lot smaller back then. They got this miniature tea set and this super creepy old doll. Oh, this is cool. This is an old kids' play area. These Victorian era dolls freak me out. Here's another room. Except for this chair, that's cool. But yeah, the rest of the stuff in here is pretty modern. We got a refrigerator. And I don't know, does this count as a Stein? Definitely German. Got some castles on there. So the guy who built the house, John Schmidt, He was one of the owners of the Indianapolis Brewing Company. And that's the view of downtown Indianapolis from here. The house with the white in the back, it looks like it's like 3 buildings down from here. That is actually President Benjamin Harrison's home. Here's another bedroom. It's the old dressing area. The mirror's crappy, so that's definitely original. And they have a fireplace in this one. So this sofa is from the Hotel Claypool that was in downtown Indianapolis. This room is the Carole Lombard room. She was the famous actress in the 1930s, also wife of Clark Gable. And she died in a plane crash while she was still quite young. And I don't know what her association is to this place. I know she's from Indiana, so she might have been here. But these 2 things might be hers, because they look old and expensive. So I did a little research and I found out this sofa and bed from the Hotel Claypool were actually from Carole Lombard's room where she spent her last night before her death on January 15th, 1942. So it's actually the bed that she spent her last night on. This is cool. This is an old dance studio where girls could dance and stuff. Five years of piano, and I literally know nothing at all. Alright, this is awesome. This is a Victrola talking machine. One of the earliest record players. And you can see the famous logo with Nipper hearing his master's voice. Doesn't say what year this one is. This is still amazing. Alright, so yeah, this is really interesting to see this place. I've known about it for years, and I've been interested in coming in here for years. But yeah, this is really cool. I'm glad they have a lot of the rooms preserved like that. This is an important place in Indianapolis history. But anyways, thanks for watching. Go watch my other channels.